with Evolve, and I work with women who are on the mothering continuum from preconception, pregnancy, birth, postpartum, and new motherhood. What inspires me to do this work? I have been a child advocate for decades, and in the US and internationally. And I have been so inspired by children and the human spirit, the triumphant spirit of the human condition by meeting and interviewing children all around the world, teaching children all around the world, meeting teachers from around the world at the United Nations, and just seeing what's possible when we take care of children and what is painfully sad and scary about our world when we mistreat children. I was so inspired, and I considered continuing in that way, working with children and parents and teachers, and I realized it was like a message came to me that if I really want to help and contribute to humanity and help shape our next generations and really help children, then I am to support them. I can support them from the very beginning. And the very beginning is actually pregnancy. And the very, very beginning is conception. And the very, very, very beginning is preconception. And when this idea dawned on me, I was introduced to prenatal and perinatal psychology. And I went and I got my degree, and I studied for years and discovered that there is a psychology and a science that explains the blueprint of who we are, the blueprint of who we become, our relationship to self, our relationship to other, our relationship to the world begins to form in utero. I've had a practice now for years, a private practice, where I work one-on-one with women who want to consciously prepare for pregnancy and who are also pregnant, and we work together through their pregnancy and birth and postpartum, so they have an inspired, empowered experience, and they develop their mama chops, and they are transformed into the mother that they want to be and their child deserves for them to be, and they know they can do it. We are in a precarious time in our world, at this juncture in history, and there are significant problems in this world, some of them overwhelming and really scary. So I think if we are to have a child, if we are to have children, it's our responsibility to give them the inner security and the relational skills to thrive, to flourish, and have the kind of thinking where they can see the problems we have been facing and have these brilliant ideas, innovative ideas that we have yet been able to perceive. We are evolving. It's natural to have the urge to grow and transform, move forward, progress. So the way I see it is that every mother and every father, every new mother, every new father has the call to action to evolve, to, no matter what their childhood was, to do even better, to give even more. And so we're all in this evolution together. And we have the intelligence, the heart, the education now, the tools that we can and should put into action, so we very conscientiously evolve. So a kind of creative thinking, innovative thinking, and the skill to really hear another, to actually dialogue, The Dalai Lama said this is the century of dialogue. That's what we have entered. So what does that mean? And that means children need dialogue to be modeled. And in the way that I teach pregnant women and their partners is actually the basics for dialogue is happening already in pregnancy and in those early years. So a woman and her partner are modeling that. What I know to be true is that women have the power and have the grace to birth a new humanity, an evolved humanity. I see a vision. I see the probability of children being conceived, gestated, birthed, and raised to be compassionate, cooperative, resilient, capable, confident people. There's a conversation going on in this world. Oh, we want a peaceful world. We want a peaceful society. And there's a lot of lip service paid to that. And yet how children are getting parented and how they're being taught in school, they're like treated like little robots. These are intelligent beings who have a lot to offer. You know, it's that saying that people have become accustomed to, children are our future. The reality is that is true. So if we have this commodity, if one of our greatest commodities in society is actually children, then it would make sense that we invest and we take care of them. And so what we know now from the science of fetal origins and the psychology of prenatal and perinatal psychology is that our brains, how our brains start to develop, how our nervous system develops, and our earliest orientation to the world is forming in utero through birth and that first year of life. Well, it seems common sense to devote time, energy, money, great care in maternal health during pregnancy. So this is prenatal care, not only the physical kind of prenatal care, but mental, emotional, prenatal wellness. And a child who is gestating in a womb where a woman is chronically stressed, chronically afraid, anxious, and is in a home that is not safe, where he or she does not feel safe, then that child is growing and developing to defend. So we know from science and psychology that it is our biological imperative, it's the biological imperative of the prenate to develop in accordance with their environment. So if there is a stressful environment in the womb because mom is stressed, and this extends post-birth as well, you know, mom is internally stressed, there's stress in the home, then that child is naturally developing to defend and protect and expect the world to be a violent world, expect the world to be an unwelcoming world. I don't belong. I have to fight my way. I have to manipulate to get what I want. Whereas a child who is a baby is developing in a womb where she or he is feeling safe, the hormones of love, safety, well-being are crossing the placenta. Those chemicals and those nutrients are helping to shape that baby's brain and that baby's nervous system. That nervous system is developing with his or her mom as the model. And oh, I'm coming into a world that's safe and warm and welcoming. I belong here. I want to be here. I'm gonna do amazing things here. Watch out, world. You know, I'm gonna make a big splash. I'm gonna have a great life because I know I'm wanted, welcomed, and loved. This is the message that I feel to help deliver and promote to really help our evolution. And we the cost. And some of us know very personally that our moms, our mothers, did their very best, but they did not have the support they needed, and the cost of that. And many of us have spent years and thousands of dollars on therapy. Is it possible? I mean, we need to ask ourselves, is it possible to raise children who are flourishing, who don't need to spend years of their life and their savings in therapy, and can be creating and enjoying and thriving in life? And I say that is very possible. Very, very possible. So when there is peace within, if a child feels safe at home and seen and protected, loved unconditionally, and yes, there's stress and there's fighting and there's arguments, but there's buoyancy, there's resiliency in the home, there's safety in the home, then a child feels, oh, sure, conflict, life has stress in it, and I feel a big feeling, I feel scared, I feel angry, I feel really excited, and I can handle all of it. I am strong inside. I have a secure sense of self. Women, pregnant women in particular, share common concerns, share fears. And some of these fears seem universal, no matter the culture, no matter the country, no matter a woman's background. And I foresee this changing by the work that I'm doing and getting this message out, that many women hold these concerns, these fears, tightly within. And there can be guilt and shame that they're even having these thoughts, these fears, these anxieties, but it's quite natural. I would say the biggest concern is a woman knows the kind of mother she would love to be, the kind of mom she really, really wants to be for her child. And she recognizes she did not have a role model for the mother that she wants to be. The concern is, can I be the mom that I want to be if I didn't have the role model? And is my conditioning from my experience in childhood going to influence and color how I mother? So I know where I want to go, and I know where I am, and how do I get there? Motherhood is one of the greatest initiations and transformations in a woman's life. Start to create her family, the family she wants, with her partner and her baby now. I see women touch a kind of love and inspiration like they've never known before. And they connect deeply with the presence of their little one in their womb. And they make a very special home for their baby's first home, which is her body. And they bond. And this work fosters bonding and attachment from pregnancy on. So they have a really, really strong, healthy foundation. And she knows that. They will always have that deep, deep connection that's both in the physical experience and in the heart experience.